Hi there, I'm Tim Norton and I'm the immediate past president with the Rotary Club of Innisfil. I'm also the Youth Services Coordinator, but while I was president, I actually brought the Peace Pole project to Innisfil. We're still working on the project, and our plan right now is to actually put the poles in the ground in September of this year. There are going to be 7 poles, 3 of which have already completed, and we're still feverishly working on the next 4, and with fantastic artists doing brilliant work. The Peace Pole project was initiated many years ago by a Japanese philanthropist, and it was adopted by many people within Rotary International to be a representative of peace around the world. So may peace prevail on earth is typically portrayed on each of the poles in multiple languages, typically English, and then we have French, we could have Hungarian, we have many that actually have Anishinaabe and other Aboriginal languages. We have, you could have Italian and Swahili, any language in the world. It's basically trying to show that we're not just marginalizing one particular creed. It is a concept of peace completely globally around the world. So the 7 poles that I brought in, I approached multiple artists within the town, typically ones that we've known within the Rotary, but occasionally we find people through word of mouth that are just their ability and skill and their willingness to give back it fits perfectly with the creed that Rotary has. Ron Haste is an artist here in town that's very, very well known. We're also dealing with April Paul, who is an Indigenous artist from the East Coast. She's done absolutely brilliant work in her pole. Another artist we have is Jamie Hardy, who actually painted the very first pole that we had brought into the organization, and it's going to be placed at the Idea Lab in Alcona. Ron's pole, Ron Haste, his pole is going to be placed in the Rotary Trail, which is over near the town offices and the police station. April Paul's is going to be placed in the Legion in Bellewart. Jeanette Lacasey is another artist that we have who's painting hers, and she's going to be placing hers in Guildford. We have Nev Cowan, who's painting one that's going to be going in Friday Harbor. And we're working with 1 or 2 other artists right now, who's just working out the fine details, but the expectation is that we will have all the poles in the ground for September 1st. Knowing that the ground around Innisfil has a tendency to be rather sodden and wet, we had to make sure we had poles that were tall enough that we could have great artwork being seen without too much of the pole have a chance of it falling down. So we managed to have a couple poles that were donated to us by Greg Bray, who's a local maple syrup manufacturer, but he also has a sawmill. So he provided 2 for free, and then we actually purchased the other 5 from him at a significantly reduced rate. I was almost embarrassed how much he gave us. He's a great person in the community. So they're pine. So we have to make sure that they are well treated and well protected against the elements, because most people say cedar or nothing. Pine is still okay, and it's still going to have a good 20+ year lifespan. When I approached all of the artists, all of them were very anxious about what I would want to see on the pole, as if I was going to be mandating everything. And I said, no, actually, this is the greatest metaphor of peace we can think of. As long as it shows, may peace prevail on earth in multiple languages, I wanted each of these artists to give of themselves. What is it they're bringing to the table? And be artists. Just show, because these are not just a couple words that we want people to pass by. These are beautiful pieces of art representative of Innisfil that we hope to actually excite people for generations to come. Very similar to the Ice Hut program that was at the Innisfil Beach Park and other places where artists are really having an ability to kind of stretch their muscles and show what they're capable of doing. It will be a phased approach with this. The intention right now is first to get all 7 poles in the ground and then having an actual unveiling, and then we will have a plaque representative of each artist. But in the meantime, if you want more information about the project, you can go to rotaryclubofinnisfil.ca, which is our website, and there will be a link within that page that has the full details of the actual Peace Pole project. The Rotary Club of Innisfil, we've been around for 13 years, and we have a lot of very exciting events coming up, including the Harvest Dinner this fall. But in the meantime, we meet every Wednesday morning at 7:30 a.m. at the Idea Lab in Elkona. We are open to guests all the time, and we're always looking for people who have a particular message that they may perhaps want to get out there. And we have guest speakers that come and speak to us all the time. And so if you want to talk to us, please feel free to reach out to us anytime. And I know that our current president, Debbie Savick, and I, and all of the other Rotarians would be very happy to have you join us.